Welcome back to World of Walkers, where we talk about walkers and all things Ark of War. I am Deranged 87, and today we're going to be talking about Geist Stones, specifically when it comes to getting that first Geist Stone, whether it's trying to complete that half set for your gear set, you're pushing level 20, level 25 on your gear, and you want to pick up an extra slot, or whether you're going for the full, four set on a third set for I don't know, you've got Gemini and whatever your class specific gems are, and you're looking to be able to expand that. You're going to want to listen to this information. So before we jump in, there's a couple different ways to get a Geist Stone. You can do this without ever getting a whole Geist Stone if you're just doing it over a long period of time. First and foremost, I know that there is the time and space shop. That's going to be the market that you build your ships in, the little mini game. It's right here where you have like the black hole. You go to the time and space war. You have to go through, and it takes, I don't know, a couple weeks to be able to get these ships over that 300 number once your power's over 125. When you go to your merchant, the merchant will start to release special event ticket items like a Geist frag or a Spirit frag. You'll also get additional items like magazine books, and sometimes the gold price on it's a little high, but a lot of times the meta price on it is, I mean, meta's made up currency, so why not use it to be able to get your Geist Stone? And so if you do that over a period of time, you'll pick up frags, but it's one at a time, and they maybe come out, one every other week. You'll see something like that, so it's not too common, but they do come from the shop, so that's a good place to get it set up. Farm it every day, and you never know what you're going to get. The second place that you're going to want to look at is going to be World Event. So your World Event, if you go in, you're going to see that if you go to the shop, your shop is going to have underneath items Geist frags and Spirit frags. Now, Spirit frags are worth way more than Geist. The spirits are so much harder to get. But if you need a couple of frags to finish off that Geist Stone, you're pushing the gear. You've got a battle coming up this weekend. This is a great place to go in, and be able to use some of the honor medals that you have, that you get from packs or events, or being able to compete in world event. So that's the second place. The third place is going to be your peak event, your peak contest, the season rewards for the peak contest. If you go to rankings and then you pull up the rewards for it, you'll see that most of us aren't going to be in the top one, two, three, four. But if you get into the top 30, top 80, you're still going to get 30, 40, 15 Geist frags, 20 Geist frags, and man, those add up over time. So if you're farming them every day from your merchant, if you're getting them from world event because you're competing the three times a day that you can compete, and then you're competing and you're ranking in peak. That's awesome. All Star Contest, which just recently released, also has amazing rewards if you're able to rank. Now it's a big if. There weren't a lot of people that ranked last time, but I'm actually a believer in All Star. I think that as this thing continues to get more competitive, you're going to see the leadership as far as the top 10 people, their numbers are going to push higher and higher. So right now we've got 2306 being the highest as far as the ranking goes in All Star, whereas 2 weeks ago it was like 2200. And I think every season that's going to push up, which allows more people to rank above that 2100 mark. You rank above the 2100 mark, and again, the season prizes are going to be Geist Stone frags. Very generous here, so we do appreciate that. The one last place that I know that you can get Geist Stone frags, and this is a very interesting trick if you need to be farming equipment to push your gear up, you're trying to push and get bots for 30 and 40 bots, and it's going to be through recycling. Now, you have to have a level 15 piece of gear that's slotted with an energy stone to recycle to be able to get your Geist frag, but not just a Geist frag, a Spirit frag too. So if you've got 100 energy stones that are sitting out there and 100 pieces of equipment that you need to level them up to 20, level them up to 25, maybe to 30, and then recycle them. And you'll see that if they have that second stone slotted in, that energy stone, you'll get a Geist stone upon recycling as well as a Spirit stone. frag, Geist Stone frag and Spirit Stone frag, as well as an intelligent bot for the next level, and then it's interesting. You go to the gear breakdown. It's like if it's 23, you'll get 3 of the 25 bots, and then you'll get 2 of the 20 bots. And so it really breaks down per whatever level that equipment is. You'll be able to get bots for that level as well. So you see like this one has 4 25 bots and 1 20 bot because it's a level 23. So yeah, there you go. So jumping into it, what we're talking about today is our guild mobilization. That's going to be this little purple box. It only comes up on the weekends. And we want to look at what the prizes are um, for your contribute. Go to contribute. You'll see that you're going to. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. There we go. So you go to contribute. You'll see what your guild mates are shooting for. You'll see what the rankings are for your guild compared to everybody else. We're currently 30. You go over to this little box down here where you bid. You'll see the Geist Stone. You'll be able to throw in a bid on that. There's 10 Geist Stones that are given out every week. You've got to be one of the top 10 builds. It is not easy to get this. In fact, nothing hurts worse than bidding on a Geist Stone and losing. So, you're starting out and you go, okay, what do I need to be able to get a Geist Stone? Couple things. First and foremost, if you're going in to get a Geist Stone, you want to have all the material saved up through the week, maybe a 2 week period, to be able to get it. There's a couple of tasks that you need to be able to cycle through. First and foremost, some of the easier ones are add leadership. You add 100 leadership to a commander, and you get the points. You're able to knock that task out. Second one's going to be killing monsters. So you go out and you kill 40 monsters. When you're killing monsters, so for some of you new guys, I believe it's level 13 monster is going to be one of your easiest. If you just throw on dodge, it does not have a guaranteed hit, so you can knock out 40 guaranteed hit or dodged monsters and be able to knock that task off. I know that another task that's pretty simple is going to be going through your Ace of Galaxy, and so there's tricks to that. Being able to refresh, being able to click the button so you don't have to sit there and watch the animation the whole time. Those are typically easy ones, as well as getting an S commander. There are tricks that if you have a commander already at S and then you re-release that commander, that counts as releasing an S commander. So be able to save up on some of those B, C, and D release tokens, so that whenever it comes to guild mobilization, you're prepared. You've already got it set up. And then the one that you really need to prepare for, though, that's going to be your crafting, 5 items. So we're going to go back. Yeah, so we're going to go to craft. And if you go to advanced craft, you got to craft one of these purple ones here. So you need to really have the materials saved up. The autocannons, autocannon 2s, which you can get just through whether you can get a lot of these through just collecting material, forging it, craft obtain. It'll tell you where to get the material from. You'll see that medium rifles are pretty common, whereas the rifle Mark IIs are going to be the hard ones to get. So save up on the Mark IIs. Look on the market. A lot of people just sell these things without even thinking about them. And the Mark IIs are sitting out there. Just buy those throughout the week. If you buy enough, you'll be ready. You don't want to run out of this stuff whenever it comes time to get your Geist Stone. Worst thing is to be 150,000 gold into a Geist Stone and not be able to get it because you can't do the task. So looking at what do you need to be able to get a Geist Stone, I would recommend that you go in with at least 400,000 gold and hope that you can do it for about 250. Realistically though, for 400,000, you're probably going to need every bit of that to be able to rock through these, and I'll show you why here in just a second. Okay, so here we are on our guild mobilization page, and we're doing the highest task available that we've been able to cycle through. I'm already 5 tasks out of the 30 for today in, and you'll see that kill 40 monsters is my task. I've already done 39 out of 40, so all I have to do is go over to my map, pick a monster. If you've got T12, it doesn't really matter, what you're attacking. Um, ultimately you just throw it at it, you're going to kill it. But below that, some of the monsters do have guaranteed hit skills, and so you have to be cautious on how you set it up. Again, target level 13 for the best results. So we just finished the tasks for that specific task level, and for this particular task, I'm getting 1592. Um, so here is the issues that a lot of people face. They go through and they do guild mobilization. They do the last task on the bottom. They do every one of them, go all the way through, and then they don't have enough to get a Geist stone. And they go, how do I get enough? Well, what you'll notice is if you actually open it up, they have different prize amounts for whatever that task is. And so what you'll have to do is to refresh through these tasks and find the ones, and I don't even look at them until they have the purple banner with the star inside of it, because that's going to be your highest reward task. And so if you go down and you open that up, you'll see that there's different amounts for this. Now 1464 will not get me a Geist stone. If I did 10 of these at 1464, and then 20 at the 7 whatever, I'm not going to get a Geist stone. The numbers for this, and you may dial this in for what you want to spend and for what you're willing to risk, but the numbers are typically you need at least 1580 or higher, and on the other 20 you're going to need about 785 and higher, and that's going to get you ranked right around that 63,000 mark, where you need to be to actually rank to get a Geist stone. So we don't want to do this one. We're going to keep refreshing. So this is why it costs so much gold. Is you just have to keep refreshing and hope you get lucky to get higher rewards. So 1490 is not what we're looking for. We're going to keep hitting this button until we come across the exact task that we want. Now, I left this one out on purpose. Train 10,000 T5 or above soldiers. Quite frankly, it's just not worth the gold, the money, the speed ups, none of it to be able to do this task unless you happen to land during an event like the birthday event that's coming up, where maybe on the weekends you have a half price train troops event, and they all happen to line up during the guild mobilization. You're going to be training troops anyways. You can save your troop training to be able to do the guild mobilization, but outside of that specific event, lining up with guild mobilization, a complete waste. Personally, I skip these every time, even if the numbers are good. As you keep scrolling through, and again, I mean, you're just going to start burning through gold here. You can't think about it. I recommend drinking while Ark of Warring. It's about the only way that you can, in good conscience, finish this. It's a guild. We call it the Geist run. Oh, you're going to do a Geist run. We look at guys that are sitting there pushing, 31,000 on their points. We go, man, are you going for Geist? Because that's a real thing. There's a lot of mental, emotional, and discipline that goes into getting this. So mega slots, that's another good one. That's an easy one that if you can get the points, you just go in and you're able to kind of roll through. So 1552, again, these are tempting. This is where it's going to be the hardest for you. Is something that's really close to the number that you set in your mind that you go, I'm going to do this number, but then it's not that number. And what happens is you start giving up 3 or 4 points here or there, and in the end you end up losing a Geist stone by a bid of like maybe 20, 30, and you go, man, what happened? So again, 1594 on a defeat 20 players in Ace of Galaxy. We're going to select that. We want to do that. That's going to help get us towards our Geist stone mark. I'm going to go ahead and run through this, and we'll check back in with you later. Okay, so we just finished our Ace of Galaxy. We knocked out 20 opponents. We got our points, then recycled through a bunch of gold till we got to 1582 on an increased commander's leadership times 100. So we'll select that at 1580. That meets our mark, what we're looking for. We're going to go over to our commanders, And we're just going to go over here and pull up, hit increase 100. Boom, that'll give us the points. We go back. Some of these are really easy, and if you get lucky and you get them back to back, it makes it for an easy run. But sometimes you just got to do the grind. All right, let's hope that this one is going to be 1582. Okay, so let me see if we can do this the way that we were talking about. We'll go to our items. First, I want to check and see if I have any. So again, when you're preparing, you can start releasing commanders all the way up until you get them to A and they're ready to go up to S, and then just hold on to them. So I'm looking through my A commanders to see if I have anybody that's ready to level up. If you're smart, smarter than me apparently in this situation, you'd have 4 or 5 of these at A that are ready to be released to S, that you're just saving for your guild mobilization. But if you don't have them at S, you can go into your inventory. You can go all the way down to your A, B, or C. It just depends. Who do you have all the way at S already? And we're just going to play with the A's. I got plenty of those. And what you're looking for is you already own Sodomin at S, so you received materials. So we're going to go in, and it'll show you received 1 commander class S or above. You can get the bonus that way. So that's a great little cheater tip. Again, I will not do these the train 10,000 T5 or above soldiers. 1596, that's great points. But okay, let's look at that. Man, if you're going in and you're training 10,000 at 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, we're going to tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Tier 5. Man, it's just so expensive. You start going through and burning millions and millions and millions of points, or millions and millions of resources. For today's exercise, let's go ahead and do it. We'll go unlock a little bit of. I just hate doing this, but we'll do it. So if you're gonna train 133, let's go ahead and get these through. Finish this real quick. Go back and let's see what 133. So that was 10 million. Just to give you an idea of what it takes if you are going to go that route. Oh, the worst thing is to hit it, is to train them and not have it selected. So we're going to hit select. Then we're going to go back and train. And that's why we do these videos, because as much as, you know, you don't want to mess up, we've messed up before, it happens, it's easy. So we're looking at, oh, Jesus, just a lot of resources to be pushing through. But it is a Geist, so it really comes down to what is it worth to you. If you've got the resources, push it. If not, then you can always skip that. So let's just take a look and see what. So that gave you about half of it. So about 4,000. So you need about 2.5 times. So 2.5 times, you're looking at about 25,000 or 25 million food, 25 million parts, and then whatever specific class specific currency that you're using, whether it's going to be cash, electric, or gas. I feel like I'm already committed. So, and 1596 is a good one to do it for if you are going to burn. 1596 is a really good one to do it for. See, I need parts too. You just, oh, it hurts. I'm telling you. So we'll do that once. Go ahead and speed through it. And then we're going to go through and we will do it. Let's do half and see if we can get away with it, because I really want to make as little of these as possible. I don't enjoy making these. You can repurpose them up into larger troops later, so I mean that is one benefit, but again, if it's not half train event, I don't want to touch it. And so yeah, so let's see if we can max out what we need here using this. Go back. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, you're looking at about 25 million food, 25 million parts to be able to complete that task. So now you're going to see that we're going to move into the 700 range mark, and again, you're looking for about 785 is kind of the mark that you're looking to hit. So I'm going to run through these. We're going to finish up for today, and that way you can see where we're at. Again, 777 is not 785. It's a good one. It's a good one to do if you're going for anything below Geist. Another thing that I can tell you is that if you do go for Geist above 61,000 on your bid, you'll still get 20 Geiststone frags even if you lose. So it's not a complete loss. It still hurts. All right, well, I'm going to knock these out and we'll check back in with you later. All right, welcome back to day 2 of our Geist run. And last night we finished with 31,651, so that's about halfway. We're looking to break that 63 mark if we do both days together. Last week the Geistone I think went for 62.8. So we're trending to be over what last week's Geist run finished at, the lowest bid. But you don't know. You don't know how many people are going for it this week. I've seen it be the lowest at like 63.8 before, where everybody was going for it, and it's just the top 10. So you want to put yourself in a good standing, and yeah, that's kind of the trade-off. Well, today I wanted to kind of pop in, and I'm not going to go through every task with you, but this task in particular is the increased 20,000 power task. If you're doing this task, you don't have to be doing research to be able to get this task accomplished. And you'll see that I've already got 16,587. I sent a run of Yetis to a monster using a commander that doesn't have any gear. So let's say like you pick up King, you're gonna load them up with Yetis, send them out towards a monster, and whenever you lose those Yetis and then go and heal those Yetis in your medical bay, it will credit the 20,000 power towards you. So all you need is 20,000 Yetis, however many times it takes you with your commander to go and kill 20,000 Yetis. That's not what I want to do. But you send them to the monster, you kill them off. After that, you're good to go. All right, so we finished all of our tasks. You can see over here that we're ranking up at 63327. Should be enough to get it. I don't know. This is the week before the final match, so maybe a lot of people are going for it. Kind of scary. So you go over to that little hammer at the bottom. Yeah, come up here, and we're going to maximize that. 63327. We're gonna bid. There's 105 people that have already bid. The max bid is 63622, so at least we know that we're within that range. Here we go. Just want to make sure that I got all of them. Confirm. All right, and we'll find out tonight. All right, so this is the moment of truth. We're back. We finished all of our tasks. We submitted our bid, and the results have come. So we got it. Hell yeah. 62,544 was the lowest bid. We got our guy stolen. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, yeah, just another pointer that I want to put out there is make sure that you have plenty of energy sodas because you're going to need those to go through the Ace of Galaxy. And speaking of Ace of Galaxy, make sure that you don't play early in the week if you're planning to do a Geist run. It does progressively get harder, and so if you play it early on, by the time you try to go for a Geiststone, you're going to be spending so much gold trying to recycle through just to get through it. So you'll notice my gold's right at about 300,000. That means I spent about 250,000, give or take, gold going after the guys. So hopefully that was helpful, informational, and good luck out there. I'll see you on the battlefield.